I'm going to go from gear 5 to gear 1. On this video, I'm going to show you the different ways you can go from gear 5 to gear 1. Let's go. Some people have suggested that since you're coming to a stop, you can just go from 5th gear straight to neutral, and then use your brake to slow down, and then once you've stopped, you can select the gear that you want. So like right there, I was in neutral the whole time, just basically coasting the whole way there, and then I can stop. So lots of people suggesting you do it this way. This is definitely coasting, and you got a bit less control that way. You're not in any gear, but I think the advantage of doing it that way is that you can select a gear that you want. So like there, I can go into neutral again, and then once I've stopped, I can just leave it in neutral. When the light changes, I can go back into first. The danger with doing it that way, especially if you're a learner, is that you're not going to have much control because you're coasting a lot there. And also, now if you've stopped in neutral, there's a strong chance that you might forget to go back into first again, which is why I suggest the next technique, which is going into first just before you stop. I'll slow down a bit more than before I change gears, and then I'll go into third, and then bring my clutch up, and then keep slowing down the whole time with my brake. Notice the whole time I was braking, and then I can actually go into second. Could have gone into first there as well, or a bit later, but I'll go in second. Then here, I'll stop and go into first. That way, I'm ready to go when the lights change. I could go into neutral as well if I think the lights are going to be long, and put my handbrake on if I want to. You don't have to do it this way, but it's optional. In some of the comments, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, you mustn't do this. You have to do it this way. You can't do that." With manual, it's really flexible. You can do a lot of things depending on what you're comfortable with doing. So if you want to relax your feet for a bit and go into neutral and put your handbrake on, that's perfectly fine. If you want to stay in gear so that you're prepared, let's say you're not that confident to move off and you want to stay prepared to when the lights change, you can leave it in gear and be ready. Even put your handbrake down and have your foot ready. But some people don't like doing it that way. They prefer to use the handbrake. But my thing is, do what you feel comfortable with doing. As long as the car's controlled, it's fully your choice. So another way you can do it is by gearing down each gear, which is what some people are suggesting as well. But a lot of people don't like doing it this way because it's a lot of work and a lot of unnecessary gear changing as well. So I'll show you what I mean. So now I'm coming up to a set of traffic lights here. So I'm going to start reducing my speed, and then now I'm doing around 40. I'm going to go into 4th gear and then bring the clutch up, and then I can see the light's still red. So now I'm going to go into 3rd. I'm braking the whole time while I'm doing that, and then bring the clutch up, and then go into 2nd, bring the clutch up, and then once I get really close to the lights, I can stop. And some people are saying go into neutral here, but I'm gonna go into 1st gear. That way, when the light changes, I'm already in the correct gear. I can just move off without worrying about changing gears now. There was no real need to go from 5, then 4, then 3, and then 2, then 1. I'll show you a different way now of doing it, which is skipping some of the gears. I'm gonna go from gear 5 to gear 1. So I'm gonna skip all the gears. So instead of gearing down, I can see the lights are still red. I'm just gonna keep slowing down in 5th. And the whole time braking gently. I'm probably gonna go in 2nd actually, because now the lights have gone green. But I'll see what happens as I get closer. So once I'm here, I'm just gonna go into 2nd. I'm gonna go into 1st actually, because it's going to red. So I go straight from 5th to 1st gear, and then I can stop. So you see there, I was thinking about going into 2nd, but it did make sense because the light has changed to red. So that's why I went straight to 1st. That way, when it goes to green now, I'm ready to go. So some people were thinking that I was gonna go from 5th gear to 1st gear at like 50 miles per hour. Unfortunately, sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm not gonna do that because that will ruin the car. And it's also very dangerous. If I was to do that, it would cause the car to slow down a lot. So it's really important that if you're gonna skip gears, that you're doing the right speed for that gear. Even in 2nd gear, if you do it at the wrong speed, it can be very dangerous as well for you and for other people. So make sure before you gear down that you're doing that right speed for that gear. I can see people ahead are already slowing down. I'm gonna keep it in 5th the whole time, and then start using my brake from early because I wanna reduce my speed. I'm also turning right at the next lights, so I can signal nice and early, let people know, so if they want to, they can go around me. But the whole time I'm braking, keeping an eye on the lights as well. You see they're going to red. They're probably red from my side as well. So I'm just gonna keep it in 5th for now, check my mirrors, and then go into the slip road here. And the whole time it's in 5th. Then once I get like this sort of speed and really close to the stop, I can put my clutch down and then get into 1st gear, ready for the lights to change so that I can move on again. So you see there was no need for me to go from 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. I skipped all those gears and then went straight into 1st as I stopped the car. Which technique do you prefer? Do you prefer gearing down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Or do you prefer skipping some gears? Or do you just throw it into neutral? Or do you go from 5 and then into 1? Let us know in the comments. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.